Well, I mean, this has been the policy of the Kremlin ever since they seized Crimea, to claim that it's a local business inside Ukraine and they have nothing to do with it. And they will obviously maintain that for as long as they wish. And this is not, after all, it's not a court where you present evidence. This is a new form of warfare that the Russians to date have waged very successfully. And I mean, there is now so much circumstantial evidence that nobody can be in any doubt anymore that the regular army is inside Ukraine, and probably in quite large numbers. And it's beginning to spread also in various Russian media, and the body bags are coming home, and there is realization that the Russian army is fighting in there. So that makes it even more important for the Kremlin to keep a lid on it and to keep denying it, because there's support for what Putin has done so far, but there is little support for a full-scale war between Russia and Ukraine. So that's an important line of division. So they will not admit that they are in there, not by a long shot. Yes, this is a very, very tough one. Up to date, we only see ambitions to sort of shore up what they already have, to take some pressure off the rebels in Donetsk and Luhansk and surrounding areas, and to stop the Ukrainian army, what the Ukrainians call the anti-terrorist operation, and to prevent the Ukrainian army from being successful in rooting out the insurgency. And by opening up a third front in the south, heading for Novazovsk and Mariupol, what they achieve in the short term is that they're now completely breaking the backbone of the Ukrainian army. It's in flight and it's being demoralized, and you have large pockets of Ukrainian soldiers that are being surrounded and are offered free passage to Russia if they give up their weapons. So that's where we are at the present moment. If the rebels with Russian support decide to expand and move west and north, then we are looking at a real invasion. Today it is semantics if it's an invasion, but if they really do decide to push on, then you will have a real war between Russia and Ukraine. And what Ukraine needs to do then is to declare martial law and to call a national conscription, everybody under the flag, and complete mobilization of all of Ukraine to defeat the Russian invasion. And the West and Nato will then be forced to provide at least logistical and intelligence support, perhaps a little bit more, which the Russians will view as a direct intervention, and then you will technically have war between Russia and Nato. So the stakes are incredibly high now. It's very, very worrisome. Well, this is the likely outcome, that there will be more talk and more empty threats of red lines and maybe some more sanctions that will not deter the Russians. And with the Ukrainian army being in complete rout and the government in Kiev for some reason refusing to declare martial law and national mobilization, what is likely to happen is that the eastern part of Ukraine will become, we're going to see a repeat of the wars in the Balkans, that the eastern part of Ukraine will become like a Republika Srpska, the Serbian part of Bosnia, that is now technically part of the Bosnian Federation, but is controlled by Belgrade and Serbia. And so you can have a Republika Srpska, or Donbass region that is controlled by Moscow, but technically part of a new Ukrainian federation. And sounds horrible to say, but perhaps that is the best solution we can hope for today, if the alternative is a full-scale war between Russia and Ukraine, where the West gets involved. What the Russians call a deep federalization of Ukraine may be the preferable thing, but it's a horrible thing to say, I realize that.